The 340B space is always growing, changing, evolving. And so a few of the major trends that we can see that are coming in the next few years, what are they, right? Let's talk about them. So one of the first trends that we are seeing is just, it's been going on for a while, but it's going to continue to happen. It's the rise of the specialty medications, rise of biologics. We're seeing them become more and more common in our day-to-day medicine, and it's because manufacturers are producing more of them. They have a harder supply chain, and that's going to have a big impact on the 340B covered entities, both based on who can and cannot prescribe those medications, who can and cannot dispense those medications, and who can and cannot access them in their 340B programs. So that's going to be one trend for us to watch. Another trend that is going to start really taking effect in 2026 is the Inflation Reduction Act and those negotiated prices or maximum fair prices. So as the years pass, we're going to have more and more drugs that are in these negotiated rates. And that's going to have a huge dynamic on both 340B prices as well as just the economy of everybody who dispenses medications. We expect that there may be some potential for destabilization for independent pharmacies, which could potentially create opportunities for the covered entities to either work with those independent pharmacies or potentially acquire those independent pharmacies into the 340B organizations. But there's just going to be a lot of dynamics as we see payments shift around the Medicare prescriptions. So important to keep an eye on that. Another place where we're seeing more and more momentum and that we are tracking is just around legislation. So over the last couple of years, we started with 1, then 2. We are now up to 9 states that have protective contract pharmacy bills passed. And this legislative session alone, there are 20 that have bills that have been introduced. And so we're seeing significant momentum at the state level. There's also, each year we're seeing these similar types of bills introduced at the federal level, as well as different reporting requirements. And so we're seeing both sides of the coin being introduced at the state level and federal to either protect the 340B program, introduce more reporting or what they refer to as transparency measures into the program. So will the program expand? Will it constrict? And so something that is an unknown, but I think the trend that we're seeing is more and more legislation around it. We have not seen a lot at the federal level, but given the momentum at the state level, and we can anticipate that sooner or later we'll see a federal legislation too.